I usually just start off by freestyling and see how far we can go. Literally a monkey there. So, you know the amount of thoughts that we produce in a day? It's kind of insane. 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. Now the question is, what thoughts do we give attention to and what thoughts do we throw away? Because there's some really toxic thoughts and some thoughts that could really pull you down if you look into it or you stop believing it. And always had this issue with myself. I always tend to have anxiety and overthink things. And recently discovering that, this amount of thoughts, which one should I trust? What one should I let go? Which one should I notice or have to be aware of that destroys my confidence? For example, has everything to do with how I grew up and living my years of being a teenager. Running away from your problems was like my go-to thing. It was more easier to isolate myself than really face it, because facing it felt like, oh my god, overwhelming amount of danger. And every time when executing like a big projects on a day-to-day, how much the thought of doubt comes into mind, I can't tell you, because it's way too much. But the reason why I know that now is because I pay attention to all the thoughts that especially doubt comes into mind, because I have to be able to catch that thought before I know that, hey, this is a problem. And the amount of time that doubt comes into my mind, creeps in like too many. It's just now I'm catching it, and each time doubt creeps in a very subtle way. And why do I say subtle? It's because I've never paid attention to it before. I just thought that, oh, here it is. Okay, I just have to stay with it. I did not know how to redirect. And now it's like, oh, doubt? I'm not gonna even give time for doubt. And start redirecting with the things that I want to hear about myself. And it's so important to redirect, because it gives you direction on where to go and where to think. And if you can keep correcting that yourself, catch the thought, redirect, catch the thought, redirect into something positive that you know that it tends to be true, then it's gonna save a lot of your energy when it comes to you doing shit. So not all thoughts are good for you. Not all thoughts are bad for you. just depends on which thought you want to keep adding, or the feeling, and which thoughts you want to get rid of. You've been living your life and you had like a rough past, you're gonna carry a lot of thoughts, from the past. That's gonna stay in your nervous system. And on your day-to-day, when you're operating, the body is just gonna remember everything you've trained in the past. So it will just use many of the arsenals that you have about yourself, the feeling of yourself as stored in your nervous system, is just gonna come out to play. And especially in situations where you are triggered and you're out there. I'm gonna let this pass. Yeah, especially when you're triggered, or damn, this is a donuts here. It's a hard hill to climb, but it's gonna come out and play. And redirecting is what's gonna help you understand where to go. If this helped, let me know. We'll talk about it.